one that sticks out the most is I was about 21, 22, somewhere in that range. Bailey was just a baby, and I was addicted to cocaine. And Tabitha, my wife, had told me that she didn't want me to do it anymore. So I told her I wouldn't, and I didn't do it for a little while. But the opportunity arose to where I thought I could do it and her not find out. So I did. And sure enough, as soon as I came into her presence, she knew that I was messed up. And she told me at that time that she was leaving me. She wasn't going to be with me anymore. And I begged and I begged and I pleaded, and she gave me another chance. She had mercy on me. And from that day forward, I never touched cocaine again. But that was the worst I had ever felt in my life. She provided me so much help, and it was really for a selfish reason at that time that I didn't do it anymore, because I couldn't lose her, because she provided me so much in the way of helping with my daughter, Bailey, who was from a previous encounter with a young lady. On my graduation night, and my wife Tabitha stepped up and became the mother that Bailey needed, and I couldn't lose that. And for that reason, I never touched cocaine again, because I couldn't afford to lose her. Not thinking that I'm doing anything good for Bailey, not thinking I was doing anything good for Tabitha. I was still looking out for myself, and the only way that I could keep that relationship together was to not do that anymore at that time. Yeah, Bailey invited me to church. She'd been going to Victory with some friends outside of the family, and little to my knowledge had been praying for me in the 30-60-90 prayer. And at the end of that time, she asked me to come to church, because she was coming back from the ramp, and she wanted me to see what they had learned at the ramp. And against my will, I went. And that was the day that really started a new life for me. It really started something different, and I started seeing the world differently. I started seeing the world through Jesus' eyes instead of my eyes. I started seeing the world for what it really was instead of what I wanted it to be. Tabitha, I can remember in high school not wanting kids. She did not want kids. That was not on her to-do list in life. But the Lord always has different plans. And she stepped up for Bailey, and when the doctors told her that she might not be able to have kids, so we started trying to get pregnant, and we did. And Gavin, it was a tough pregnancy for Tabitha. She was on bed rest for months, and there's numerous complications, and to the point that we thought we had lost him at one point. And when he was born, there was a knot in his umbilical cord, and it was just a miracle. He was a miracle. All babies are miracles, but the fact that he arrived and he was healthy, it was a miracle. And Gavin isn't just like everybody else. Gavin he has a personality unlike any personality I've ever seen. He opened my eyes to a world that I didn't know existed. He makes me see things in a totally different way than I'd ever seen them before. He is my pride and joy. Just a look. There he is. You can't look at Gavin without smiling. I can't. He makes me a better man. He's so pure-hearted, he doesn't see. I'm sorry. I want to see myself as my son sees me. In his eyes, I'm perfect. And in my eyes, he's perfect. He's one of the main reasons that I am the person I am today. And God knew exactly what he was doing when he gave me Gavin. I can question a lot of the things God's done in my life, but I can't question that one. He knew what I needed when I needed it. And that's Gavin. The highest point would probably be when, not the first time me and my wife said our I do's. That was a great moment in my life, but I was lost. I wasn't anywhere near the Lord at all. So the second time, when we renewed our vows, when Pastor Jason was there, and he performed the ceremony, and there was no one there but me, my wife, Bailey, Gavin, Pastor Jason, and Pastor Kim. I would say that was the highest point of my life. That's the most joy that I've ever felt, because I knew I meant it then. I knew I meant until death do us part. I knew I meant in sickness and in health. I knew that I wasn't the same person I was before. There's been many, there's ups and downs all along the road, all the way through life. You probably feel like there's more downs than ups as you're going through it. So you got to make the most of the high points, because there's going to be a lot of low points. So when you're in those high points, you have to make the most of them, and that is the happiest I've ever been, and the most joy that I've ever felt was knowing that this time I was going to get it right. I wasn't going to go back to the way I was. I wasn't going to do the things that led to the lowest points in my life. I was going to try to do it his way from now on, no longer my way. Because my way, just led to low points. But his way only leads to high points and great memories, and of course Disney World. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. I'm a better husband than I was. I'm not the husband that I'm going to be. I'm a much better father than I was, but I'm still not the father that I want to be. I spend so much time working that I feel like I don't get to spend the time with my kids that I want to spend. I only have a certain window with them, and I try to make the most out of all the hours I get with them, what few they are. I want to make the most out of those hours. I love taking my kids. Another high point would be I love taking my kids to Disney World. They love to go. That was my favorite place as a child growing up. I've probably been to Disney World 20 times in my life, and I'm gonna go with them as many times as they want to go, because like I said, the time is short, and there's gonna come a day they're not gonna want to go with me anymore. So those times I get to spend with them there, that's what it's all about.